Just wanted to get that out of the way. You know, there still are a lot of people out there that think women aren't funny. I know this because I did a show once, and as I walked up to the stage, some guy in the audience goes, "This ought to be good." And you know what? It wasn't. I showed him. Women can do anything. Except for tell jokes into a microphone. That's silly, right? I think we can all agree that men and women can all do the same things, right? But there's one thing that men can do that women can't do, of course, and that is eat bananas at bus stops. Super hard for me, personally, because I take the bus to get around and I have a potassium deficiency. If you guys could chill, that'd be great. I have a little confession to make. I have a tattoo. I know I don't really look like a tattoo person. I know I look a whole lot more like a, but scrapbooks are just as permanent type of person. I know I look like an elementary school teacher who's about to be placed on administrative leave. I know I look like the type of lady who has a serious rivalry with someone in her book club. What a fucking bitch. Yeah, I know I look like the type of lady who would write a negative Yelp review of a bilingual preschool. That's okay, I have, and I stand by that review. I can only understand the staff like 50% of the time. But I have a tattoo. I have a tattoo of carrots on my arm. I am allergic to carrots, and when people find that out, they go, "Oh, well, did you get the tattoo so you wouldn't forget?" No, it's a tattoo, not a Post-it note. I'm not the main character from the movie Memento. Because if I was, I'd probably wake up in a motel room like... I better buy some carrots. And then I would die. And that movie would be real short. That's silly. I'm going through a little bit of a tough time right now. I'm going through the change of life, which is what I call being too old to shop at Forever 21. Reading lots of women's magazines to figure out how to dress myself. Does anybody here know if Talbot sells faux brass knuckles? That's YOLO and tiny mustaches? For that. Reading lots of women's magazines, I learned this fact. It said, did you know that if the Venus de Milo were alive today, she would be 5'7". She would be a size 12 and she would weigh 160 pounds. I read that, I thought, oh my God, that is exactly how much I would weigh if I also had no arms. Thank you, little magazine. Thank you guys for laughing at that joke. I wrote it a very long time ago, and I've gained a lot of weight since then. The joke still works, though. I just think most audience members must have no idea how much arms should weigh. It's probably anywhere between 1 and 70 pounds, right? Who knows? You guys are silly. A comedian came up to me after I told that joke once, and he said, you know what? I think you were calling yourself fat on stage, and you shouldn't call yourself fat on stage, because sometimes when you call yourself fat on stage, there'll be somebody in the audience who's fatter than you are, and you might make them feel bad. And I just said, sometimes. Cool. The joke's super fat positive. You know, I believe in fat positivity. Like fat people, we have to stick together. And not just on buses when we wear shorts. All the time. All right, somebody came up to me and they said, you know what, you're too skinny to tell those jokes. You can't tell those jokes anymore. I'm like, stop taking away my best jokes. You're terrible. I am married. I married my high school sweetheart. He is staunchly Catholic, and as a Catholic, he strongly believes that you should only have premarital sex with one teenager. He picked me! Fun. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. We just had our 5th wedding anniversary not that long ago. Thank you. Thank you. We bought some tickets to a Norwegian death metal show.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, honey, I guess to be fair, metal is a traditional 5th anniversary gift. You get a pass. We're very, very different, though. He has a terrible sense of humor. He does. He loves Borat. Do you guys remember that movie? Yeah, he's always introducing me as my wife. I like to introduce him as my first husband. Just so he knows that I'm keeping my eye on him, right? Got another eye on somebody else. When I was little, they said it was a lazy eye, but I am working it. Yeah, we're going through this tough time right now. We visited some friends who just had a baby. I turned to my husband as we left. I said, honey, do you think that'll ever happen to us? And he said, no, Mariel, I don't think we'll ever become a lesbian couple. I was like, you never let me do anything fun. You jerk. We can't have kids. Because you don't need any more of that in the gene pool. No, we can't have kids. I won't take care of them. And I understand that's a pretty important part. No, it's pretty, I like to go out, I like to drink, so people don't ask me if I'm pregnant. When I make them touch my belly at parties. Rub it softly in circles. So nice. My husband and I, we recently adopted a dog instead of a child. Yeah, whatever. We're heroes. They were going to kill her. She's a pit bull. They flew her in from Bermuda to Boston. My husband had to go pick her up at Logan. He calls me and goes, so I'm on the way to the airport to pick up Isis. And I was like, this doesn't sound like a conversation we should be having on a cellular telephone. And to the NSA agent who is listening, I do not know this man. Love you, hon. Bye. So we had to change the dog's name immediately because we watched the news. And my husband and I, we both met the dog, and we looked at her, and we looked at each other, and we just said, Emma. My husband was like, yeah, Emma, like Emma Goldman, the Jewish feminist anarchist. And I was like, yeah, or Emma, like Ross and Rachel's baby from Friends. Okay, we've not seen Friends, I guess. It's a pretty important plot point. All right, that's all right. I will tell you something else I learned from a women's magazine. Ugh, this is tough. I'm getting older. I bent over the other day. I let out a little involuntary fart. So old, you know, my fart holding in muscles used to be so toned. Yeah. I blame women's magazines for not warning me about this side effect of getting older. Like I was so busy getting my beach body ready for summer. 2019. That I didn't even notice the slow gas leak killing all my household plants and pets, right? Honestly, how hard would it be for a women's magazine to write an article called Kegel, not just for your twat? Not that hard, I could do it for you. I could do it for you in a pinch. Yeah. I am gonna leave you guys. No? Okay. We'll just keep doing this for sister. And oh, now I really do have to leave you guys, though. My sister's white trash, but she's not here, so let's talk about her after the show. I do have to leave you, just like everyone else in your lives, so get ready for that. Thank you so much. I'm Mariel Cabral.